What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Combat and Kick It. It is your host, Bando. You already know how these things go. We are back talking about some fight action. Why? Because a lot of news has just surfaced. Because our heavyweight champion, the GOAT, one of the greatest fighters of all time, Jon Jones, has pulled out of his matchup with Stipe Miocic. Yes, you heard that correctly. My man's pulled out of that matchup with Stipe Miocic due to an injury. There was a video that went viral. Jon shoots for a takedown on his training partner, goes to adjust position to really get him down. Pops something. I guess he popped something that was connecting the pectoral to the arm. I don't know scientifics and biology, all that fucking shit. I don't know it well enough, but something in this area. You hear him when he goes to take you hear him like have a reaction to it. So unfortunately, Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic are not going to be fighting in November. So this episode is just me discussing this shit because I'm sour. I'm sour right now. I don't know about you, but I'm sour. That's two back-to-back main events that we get X'd because someone has pulled out. You know what? Let's talk about this whole thing. Let's break it down real quick. Let's go. Okay, so like I said, Jon Jones unfortunately cannot make it against Stipe Miocic. And Stipe Miocic clearly had a plan to only fight Jon Jones. So, the fight is completely scratched, completely gone off the card. New main event is your original co-main event. Yuri Petroska versus Alex Pereira for the light heavyweight championship is now your full main event. I fuck with it. I'm happy with it. I'm not mad at it. It's a great main event. It's a really big fight, and it's going to be a fight that truly gives us a light heavyweight champion. Hopefully no issues, and we can continue the journey of light heavyweight championship with Yuri and Alex. Then the winner of Yuri and Alex against Jamal. The winner of Jamal against whoever's next. I want to see it keep going. I want to see whatever is going to happen with the light heavyweight division. I either want to see someone win, start a big reign, or if it's going to keep flopping, let's see it keep flopping, but let's see some exciting fights. And I'm excited for Yuri and Alex. That's going to be a fantastic fight. The matchup is insane. I already broke it down a bit in the episode where I was talking about upcoming fights and stuff like that. It's a huge fight. Huge fight. And fight fans have begged for it, and we got it. So it's happening, and it's the main event. But you sit there and you say, well, what about this heavyweight championship? Because now it's about to be sitting out for 8 months. Jon Jones is out for 8 months. And I highly don't see an 8-month, 8-month layoff for Jon Jones. I don't see Stipe ever fighting again. So I can confidently sit here and say that we have seen the last of Stipe Miocic in the octagon. Because he was offered he was offered the fight that I'm going to talk about next. He was offered this fight. He turned it down. The man only wants to fight Jon Jones. He only wants either a belt or a big payday. He doesn't want no interim shit. He doesn't want anything, and understandably so. But the man has already been out for 2.5 years. Another 8 months. The man is going to be out for a very long time before we get to see him perform. So I don't see Stipe Miocic coming back for now. If he wasn't going to accept none of these fights to maybe take over the reign of the heavyweight division, then I don't see him caring to continue to fight in the heavyweight division, continue to fight, period. Jon got injured. We really don't see that much on the Jon Jones end. He doesn't really get injured much, doesn't pull out on that aspect. Other reasons, we know Jon for pulling out, but for injuries, not one of those big things where Jon normally is pulling out of fights. So it sucks, but there is a heavyweight matchup. Obviously, your two top contenders in the division are going off for the interim championship, for the interim heavyweight championship. You got Sergey Pavlovich. You know me as Sergey. That's one hard-hitting motherfucker, man. I've been saying that people should treat him the same way that they treated Francis, but no one's going to give him that type of respect, which makes no sense. He hasn't gotten the Overeem knockout. He hasn't gotten the viral knockout yet, but he's been getting knockouts the same way within the first 2 minutes of the fight, within the first minute of the fight sometimes. So, just saying, a lot of people ain't giving Sergey Pavlovich the props that he deserves, but That's just my opinion. But you got Sergey Pavlovich going up against Tom Aspinall. Another one of the best heavyweights in the world, and we're getting to see him perform. We're getting to see where Tom Aspinall is in his career. Every time he goes in there, you see he's improved. You see he gets better. But is he got champ status now? Is he going to be the man to hold the interim belt and John Jones going to come back and fight him? Because guess what? Regardless now, right? This is another reason why I say Stipe is done. Regardless now, whoever wins this interim belt is your number one contender. Why would Stipe be number one contender? Legitimately, they made this fight off of name value only. They didn't make this fight because Stipe deserved it. Nothing like. They made this fight off of name value alone. All right, John Jones versus Stipe Miocic is a name value fight. It's a money fight because it's your arguably greatest of all time going up against arguable greatest heavyweight of all time, right? But at the same time, your greatest heavyweight of all time, last fight he got knocked out cold, right? Not to dog him. I'm from Cleveland, so people are like, why you hate Stipe? I don't hate Stipe. Enough with the people from Cleveland. Immediately you say one negative thing about Stipe and everybody's like, why you hate Stipe? Why you hate Stipe? Why you hate Stipe? I don't hate Stipe, okay? So relax. But this is what I'm saying with Stipe. Stipe doesn't see the same thing that I'm seeing, where you need to take that interim fight, whether it's against Pavlovich, whether it's against Aspinall, because with one of them being in that fight, they win. They become interim champion. You're kicked to the curb. Your last fight was a loss, right? Against a guy who's no longer in the UFC, right? And it was 3 years ago. Do you really deserve to fight for the belt off of namesake at this point? That means DC can drop off the commentary booth and come back for a fight with John Jones right now. And he probably could. He probably realistically could, because name value is huge. But at the same time, when you put an interim belt in place now, right, and you put say it ends up on Tom Aspinall, a big name and someone that people want to see as the future of the UFC, that's the next fight against John Jones. It's not going to be Stipe and John Jones 8 months from now when you have an interim champion. Okay, in 8 months, what if either one of these guys, Sergey or Tom Aspinall, win? They win, they become interim champion. And what if they say, fuck it, I want to defend my interim championship? What if they be a champion that says, I'm going to defend my interim championship because 8 months is a long ass time to wait. And I can get 2 fights in 8 months. Especially, say Pavlovich goes out there and sparks Aspinall. He can get 2 fights in 8 months. Say Aspinall goes in there and somehow escapes, all the heavy shots from Sergey, right? And takes, little to no damage. He can fight twice in 8 months. So Stipe's over here not going to accept any fight with any other heavyweight. Does not matter who it is. He's not going to take that fight. And you expect him to get automatic title shot when he comes back now. I don't see it happen. And another thing, you got 2 guys who are going to be fighting in this main event that have talked about retirement 1,000 times. The last time, every single interview that you watch of them in the last month, 2 months, right? Any interview that has come out recent, they're talking about some sort of retirement. Some sort of this could be the last hurrah. This is over with after this. Okay. You know what? Fuck it then. I'd rather see Tom and Sergey. Because it ain't over after this. They're going to keep on going. And John's out for 8 months now. You think John's going to come back with the mentality to defend? And he doesn't have to. He don't have to. John Jones, in my opinion, will end up retiring. Stipe Miocic will end up retiring. It's a matchup that unfortunately we probably won't get. But the heavyweight division is about to be reigned over by some savages, right? Not saying that John Jones can't handle the savages. Not saying that Stipe can't handle the savages. But do they want to at this point in their career? I don't think so. I think both men saw this fight as a low-risk, high-reward fight, right? Stipe has balls, so he don't give a fuck who you are, whether you're John Jones, whether you're DC, whether you're King Kong. It doesn't fucking matter when you're in there with him, right? He don't care. He's going to come at you. If he knows he's going to get fucked up, he's still going to come at you, right? He's a low-risk, high-reward. He's thinking of, I don't care if I lose, what happens if I win? John has a different mentality, but at the same time, he's looking at Stipe as, okay, Stipe's dangerous if he hits me, but I'm going to wrestle him. I'm going to take him down. I'm going to maul him. I'm going to make this easy. I'm going to make it quick, just like I did to Ciro. I'm not going to take no damage. Low risk, high reward. You know, not guaranteed, but definitely is a possibility for these men going up against each other. But I don't see this fight ever coming to fruition now. I don't see it ever happening now. And that kind of sucks. It definitely sucks. I want to see Jon Jones versus Stipe. You guys do, but who knows? Who knows? But that's just my episode because there was new news that needed to come out, and people need to know about that. People need to know about Jon Jones. If you follow me on any social medias, I don't know how much contact I have from YouTube to Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and all that kind of stuff, but I am taking a hiatus from Instagram, Snap, a little bit of Twitter. I might be on Twitter during fight nights, but for the most part, I'm taking a hiatus from social media. So you won't see much from me on social media, but I want to, even though YouTube is a social platform, I'm going to be staying active on YouTube as much as I can, but the other ones a little less. So don't think that I'm not doing this anymore or anything like that. It's just all here. I know I got a lot of promotion that I do on Instagram that brings views to this, but hopefully we can just work this through YouTube and do it that way, because I'm telling you, man, you sit on social media and you just endlessly scroll sometimes, and that endless scroll can just go on and go on and go on, and then all of a sudden you realize you're at work in the middle of doing something and you take out your phone to scroll, or you're doing anything and just scrolling, and there's nothing to even look for. There's nothing to even see. I can still get MMA news every other way. YouTube, MMA Junkie, ESPN. I can get my MMA news without being on there, and sometimes you just need a break from that shit. So I took a slight break, but don't think that I'm not. I'll be back on. I'll be posting about the fights. I'll be posting about the big fights. Maybe my comeback day for Combat and Kick It on Instagram will be fight night of UFC 295 in Madison Square Garden. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. But overall, that's my episode. I appreciate you guys for listening as always. You know what to do. YouTube has the stuff down there. So like, comment, hit the subscribe button, please, man. If you're watching this video, even if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to the next one. Just subscribe, because I'm so close to 50 subscribers. And once I get to 50, I can go live. So help a brother out. Hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, hit the bell notification button so you know when the next episode comes out. And I will catch you then. Talk to you later. Bando out.